Oh my god, wait, rewind the tape. Guys, welcome back to another episode of your favorite podcast. Not maybe our favorite podcast. Wait, rewind the tape with me,
I think
Natalie.
it's more likely to be, and me, Ruth. I think it's more likely to be the other way around. It's our favorite podcast, and you're one of the ones
And
you sometimes listen to because you're like,
you
why not? I've run out of others.
you throw this on when you want to fall asleep immediately. Except no, I think that would be so annoying to listen to.
Nightmares.
Yeah,
Oh
we're
my
not those kind of
God.
soothing voices that put you to sleep and make you feel calm.
And suddenly I heard this irritating sound. It's us.
Um, well, this week, obviously, we watched. I say obviously because it is obvious if you listen to this episode in chronological order. If you don't, then I apologize. It's not obvious to you. We watched Lord of the Rings: The Two Towers, the second installment of Peter Jackson's epic fantasy extravaganza.
Okay, don't judge me. Who's Peter Jackson?
The director.
Oh, okay, sure. Hi, Peter. Well done.
Yeah, good on you.
I wonder
But
what he's up
before,
to.
oh, probably raking it, especially at this time of year, he's going to be raking in the royalties. ITV will be putting this on at once they've got the Harry Potter out the way every week. They'll be popping this on. You know how they always do at Christmas?
What's his name? Peter?
Peter Jackson
Sorry. He's
on
only...
on the
he's
air
so
research.
cute. He's so cute. Guys, Google him. I know it's condescending to call a grown man adorable, but he fucking is.
Is it?
Look how cute he is.
I'm aware of
Let's
what he looks like.
find out is he a racist? That's what I want to know. If he's not, honey. No, there's nothing more to say. He is very cute. Oh my God. I can see why he was drawn to this film. That was a
Okay,
joke. That was a really
guys,
silly joke.
we're going to park Lord of the Rings for just a hot minute while we talk
Ooh.
about what we did this week.
I went to see Black Panther and I'm going to give you my no spoiler review because I should have just seen it when it first came out. But obviously there's been a delay because this episode is late, but I saw it like a few days after it came out. If you haven't watched it in the cinema, I would say go and watch it in the cinema. Like, it's actually a film worth watching in the cinema because it's like just visually stunning. It's like physically beautiful. I can't say it any other way. And I just hate to be that guy, but I just feel like this, if you're going to tap into that, I know like Marvel's getting a lot of slack recently. Don't give a fuck. I hate all of you guys. Marvel, non-Marvel, you're all cunts. Sorry, no joking. I'm not. I am semi-joking. I just find it really like sanctimonious. Like, I get it. Like, cinema is an art form, but it's an art form dominated by white men and with one particular story or narrative. So when they're like, oh, it's not what it used to be, or it's just like, yeah, you can comment and slag off how it is now, but also like, what would you be really doing differently? How much would that benefit? Like, do you know what I mean? It's like TGI Fridays being like, McDonald's is pumping out junk food to everyone. It's like, yeah, but like, you're
So are
not,
you.
like, yeah, I get it. You're like a chain restaurant. You're not fast food eatery, blah, blah. It's just like, yeah, but... And guys, I know you're all going to be
What a
insulted
weird
because,
analogy.
honey, all I know is American capitalism. Okay? That is all you get. But yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with criticizing Marvel. I don't think there's anything wrong with criticizing the way, like, what do you call it? Studios work. That's like not my remit, and I get it. And to be honest, I'm someone who complains sometimes. Where it's like, I want to watch different kinds of films. Why aren't there any more? But the people who I sometimes feel are complaining, like, they wouldn't make the films I want to see either. So it's like, and I'm not just talking about trashy rom-coms, guys. I'm just genuinely talking about like. I know you might find this hard to believe, but sometimes I watch interesting films that I can't remember the name of. I'm that kind of girl. Who cares about all that? Who honestly gives a fuck? Because this was a beautiful film, and I just felt like it really is. And I know I'm biased because obviously I'm Black, but this is the best, most significant, well acted, most the installment that you can actually respect as a film the most. I know that's really ugly to say, no shade to all the others.
In the Marvel franchise.
Yeah.
How does it compare to Black Panther?
It just elevates it because this time, I guess Black Panther was a real moment, and without that moment, this would have never happened. That was for me, that was a much bigger moment. Like it was
It's the
there was
pioneer.
nothing like it. Yeah, there was nothing like it. And this film, obviously this film was exceptional, but it also, like, I would be lying if I didn't say like it would have been, because obviously Chadwick Boseman was I'm not saying that all of the superheroes aren't phenomenal actors, but it's like he's like what a novice like me would see as a rare talent. He is a phenomenal actor, so it would have been really great to see where he could have taken that role. But I just feel like they mourned him like brilliantly, and not just that, like Letitia Wright did her thing, like everyone did. The women of this film really, really carried, and I feel like it's obviously like this year for me to have seen two of these
female dominated, Black female dominated,
exactly, these massive budgets with like Black women in action roles, and it's like not just Black American women, it's like Black women from all across the diaspora, like from every country. Like it's been amazing. But not just that, it's just like, because it's rare to get a big budget film for anything, which is why I do get why directors complain. It's not like there's that many big budget films being made every year, but if you're gonna do it, this makes sense, because it literally is like spending all this money not just to make something look different or crazy. It's like it literally allows so many people to reimagine their world, and it's like it gives me a feeling I can't explain. And it's like it's not just for this, like obviously it means a lot to Black people all over the world, but also like they tapped into like this like Aztec story which shows like Spanish colonization, but also just I was honestly blown away by just the beauty of like both the people that were represented and the culture, like the richness of it. And it just makes you just so, I don't know, just like in awe of it. It's just honestly, it's stunning. And I just feel like even if you don't care about like superhero films or any of that, just to see that reimagining is just, where else would you get that? It's neat. Like I loved it. Like that for me, like I don't think I've ever seen a film where I was just more concerned about like just looking at it than anything else. The visual effects were insanely good. So yeah. And it was acted so well. Like honestly, and the music was so good as well. The soundtrack of this time was so different. It was so good. It's quite minimal. You know, I love a minimal production. Just like really, I do, like when it comes to music, like in terms of like, even a producer said this to me before. He's like, it's funny because you're doing all of this, but if you listen to like the actual thing, it's so like it's really minimal beat. But I do like quite, you know, like how you say I like to listen to the same song over and over. That's like the vibe. Like yes, you do. Yeah. It's like the same song but different, and it's true. I'm not mad at it. But yeah, I really
that was an excellent no spoilers review, as you true to your word.
No, I just feel like people are like, oh, I've seen it, until it comes out on Disney. We're in a cost of living crisis. You better keep your mouth shut. But the cinema is actually not too bad at the moment. It's like £10 per head, and I'm starting to feel like what you get in the cinema. I might go back to going to the cinema more. There's so many dramas, like not even like I really want to watch that Colin Farrell film. I'm sorry, I can't remember what it's called. It's like about him. It's like two men in Ireland who are like best friends, and they fall out and they live in a really small town.
I think I know it. Yeah.
It just looks so good, and I feel like that would be good in the cinema as well, because obviously the landscape shots look quite nice.
Yeah.
I want to go to the cinema more. And they're doing a lot of like one-offs in the cinema near me. So they're just saying like it's like not a big film. I'm not talking about that film, but I've just noticed they'll be like,
Yeah.
this isn't a huge film. We're showing it for 1 week. Come and get like I just wish I could afford to go to the cinema every day. I would really like it there again. But yeah, I really enjoyed it and I would recommend going to see it in the cinema because sometimes you need that big screen. Whereas normally I'm like,
maybe I'll do that
watch it at
tomorrow.
home.
Although Friday night at the cinema, don't know what kind of crowd you're going to get. I like going to the cinema
so
during the
true.
day, you know?
Oh, 100%. You
Not
are
as many
so
people.
freaking Don and Peggy from Mad Men. Fucking cinema of the day working at your advertising agency.
Please be quiet.
Oh, my bad.
Okay, so last weekend I went to see Frozen the musical at the West End.
Oh, okay, explain everything. I didn't even know this.
It was incredible. So earlier this year, back in September, we went to see Beauty and the Beast, which was just amazing, and it just reminded me. You say what you will about Disney, but they really bring it with the production value.
Yeah,
they just do. Beauty and the Beast was incredible. So obviously, I was like, well, we should go and see Frozen because I love the film anyway, and I love the songs, and I love the story. So let me tell you again,
was it on
production value
ice?
is fantastic. No, not
Okay,
Frozen
sorry.
on ice, like stage West End.
I don't know.
And the theatre was so gorgeous.
I thought you were going to say cold to make it realistic.
No,
I don't know.
No, they did have like snowy, glittery things coming down at the end. It was very good. But one thing, okay, let me start from the beginning. So, what I also noticed in Beauty and the Beast, and this is great because we just didn't see this kind of stuff before, apart from maybe like in The Lion King. There's a big push towards a diverse cast. Great, no problems with that. So we've got young Anna and Elsa coming on, and the quality of the acting of these kids was incredible. Elsa is Black. Great, this is so cool.
Kids,
young Elsa is Black,
Elsa
and the kids
is Black,
and Anna is white.
Guys, we are out here.
Exactly.
Cinderella 1990s style. Okay.
Parents look like they might be like East Asian, so really diverse family.
This is literally that Cinderella.
Like the kids probably aren't thinking about this, they don't care. And I think there were black and brown kids in the audience. So for them to see Elsa, Black Elsa, how amazing is that? So tell me why they swapped the race round for the adults.
I don't know.
So Elsa grows up to be a thin blonde white woman, and Anna grows up to be a curvier Black woman. Why have you done this, guys? This is confusing. There's a flashback scene where I can't remember if it's Elsa on stage or like adult Elsa or adult Anna on stage, but it's one of them. She's having a flashback, and the kids run on screen on stage. So you just got like, it doesn't make sense.
I don't see color.
That's what Disney's saying. But for me, that also just feels like it's confusing because Elsa's such a big, like, it's a bold move. It's great to have a Black Elsa. That's great. So then why would you show the kids then when she grows up that she just becomes a blonde white woman? And that's who gets to sing Let It Go and have that moment.
That is so. Don't worry, kids, because one day you might grow up to be a big white blonde woman.
Why? Apart from that, like the acting was so good. There was a reveal moment with the outfit, which was.
Did anybody laugh when adult Elsa was revealed?
Oh no, there were people around. Like the adults, kind of a bit like. Wait, what? And I was also like, excuse me. I don't, because I think it was adult Anna that was revealed first.
Okay.
I can't remember. It was just bizarre.
Listen, as long as everyone involved like had a good had a good time. That is, I'm sorry, but that is funny. That's one of those
It just,
things that should not be that funny, but my God, it is. I thought
yeah.
I don't actually like it because obviously when I was young and I watched that version of Cinderella with Brandy and Whitney Houston, where
I
like
think they're doing a, she's reprising her role.
she fucking better, but without Whitney Houston.
No, it's not. I think it's in a just part of the Descendants. Have you seen? I haven't seen that, but you,
I
okay, this means something.
hate to say it, guys. I know if you're a real cinema lover, you may have realized already that this is like a Disney like cult, this podcast, because
Yeah,
well, like Disney is just a big corporate machine, but I love everything they put out. The
yeah. Well,
Descendants should not be that, has no business being that good.
okay, I need to watch it.
I don't know if you'll like it that much because it was like,
Okay,
I think the reason I enjoyed it is because like I was like, oh, let's just watch it. And then I was like,
right.
and the second and the third. But one of the descendants passed away. I wish I knew his name. I think his name was Josh, the actor that plays him. So I think even them and he was obviously super young. They're young. I don't even know if he. I think he might have been 18 when he passed. It was sad, but yeah, but he was. Oh my God, he's such a good dancer. Oh God, he was. Oh my God, he's. Sorry, I love that film. Oh
But
my
what were
God,
you gonna
Brandy.
say?
Is she
Yeah,
going to sing in The Descendants? You know, it's a musical. Oh my God.
yeah.
Guys,
She
again,
must.
it's for
Yeah.
children, but I don't give a heck.
Okay, so now let's get to the main part of the sandwich, Lord of the Rings, the Two Towers. Before we get into it, just straight off the bat, what did you think? As somebody who's never seen the films before.
Everyone told me this was the best one. This is the best one. This is the best one. And obviously, I couldn't watch it in one go because it's been a weird
Mhm.
week. So that mostly blah, 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 blah. That greatly affected it. And it was
Yeah.
cute. There were some things that I really, oh my God, really loved. It definitely didn't have that same undercurrent of sexiness. It was very much like a war film,
Yes,
which
it is.
was
Yeah, but I don't like, as I said before, a lot like war films or gratuitous violence, but something about Battle of the Helm's Deep,
this
love it.
isn't that violent.
Anyway, um,
Does that make sense? It's like
I mean,
kiddie violence. Like they don't show the
yeah, you're
gore.
not, yeah, but that's also because it's true. Anyway, to be honest, Return of the King, aka the final installment, is also really good.
Now that's what
Anyway,
I'm waiting for, honey.
mm,
Return.
Return of the King. So this week, we're gonna go group by group because last week I think we just for some reason decided to, well, we actually decided not to do chronological order, and then we just did that anyway. But you guys have probably seen the film. I highly doubt anybody listening to this has not watched Lord of the Rings, because why would you just listen to two random girls talking about a film you've never seen before? So you guys know what
Order.
happened. Then there's plenty of other things to listen to or do. Uh,
Stick with us, guys. We're going to take you on a ride of your life.
um, so you know what the plot of this film is anyway. So let's just go
Yeah.
group by group and give our thoughts and maybe our prayers.
Unsolicited opinion.
Exactly.
Sorry. I don't know why I'm on today.
We need to start with the with where we left off. So we left off with Sam and Frodo
The big three, I think.
going into, well,
you could argue the big three are
yeah, the big three are the other ones.
Wrong fantasy. I don't know that man's name. Okay. So I'm going to say Frodo, Samwise, and Gollum are quite central to the plot in this one. Sorry, guys. I don't know what I'm doing. Yes, those three.
Okay. Yeah, correct.
There was no romance this time. There felt like there was no romance between Frodo and Sam. Very much felt like a platonic friendship.
Well,
Yeah.
they've been on this quest for a while now. So again, if we think about the timeline of these three movies, and like somebody's probably going to hold me keep me honest here, or you won't, and I'll just be perpetuating a falsehood. But I think that the duration lasts for about 4 years. So by the time we've got to in Two Towers, I guess maybe it's been like a year
He's
and a
sick of his
half.
shit. Yeah.
Yeah, they're just, they're not interested anymore. They've got a job to do. It's work now. It's work.
Yeah.
And maybe that's why Samwise insists on calling Frodo Mr. Frodo. Is it like an employer-employee dynamic? Because I always thought that
I
they
am
were
your
friends.
gardener and nothing more.
I am your gardener and your guardian on this quest. But yeah, we are no longer friends, and I'm gonna let you know that
First
vibe.
of all, fuck you.
Yeah,
Weird
you are
ring
Mr.
vibe.
Frodo. Wait till I start calling you Mr. Baggins.
There'll only ever be one.
Frodo's
Mr.
like,
Baggins.
that's my uncle.
Yeah.
Call me Mr. Frodo.
Yeah, I'm a cool Baggins. You can call me Mr. Frodo. Sure.
So yeah, this is where we get this is where Gollum comes into it. Gollum, Schmeagol, that poor soul. Yeah. Yeah. And I feel I'm coming to this maybe now that I'm older and I haven't seen these movies for quite a long time, maybe with like fresher eyes, maybe a kinder heart.
Maybe post substance abuse. That's no shade to you.
Yeah. Yeah, true. When I was, peak marathon watching this, I would have been like really in the grip, in the throes of being a 20-year-old.
I'm cool, and here's a list. Yeah, Gollum's very sweet, but I said to somebody like,
I never thought that Gollum was the problem.
He thought
he is obviously. Well, the ring is the problem. Yeah, but yeah, and also maybe I just wasn't like, Sam is actually. It takes him towards the latter half of the. I feel like there's like this shift between at the beginning of the film. Frodo is Frodo's quite compassionate all the way throughout, but he's still not. The ring has not taken this massive hold on him, so he's still kind of got his wits about him. He is showing like compassion. He can see something in Gollum Schmeagol. He's, he understands where this creature is coming from because he also feels what the ring is doing to him. But Sam, on the other hand, is actually really quite cruel. And then towards the end of the film, they have a flip. Yeah.
I also feel like their dynamic is crazy. Like the way Gollum is talking to him and fat shaming him. He's calling fat. I was just like, I wish that little thing would come. Sorry, see how I've changed. What a sweet young man. I wish that little thing would call me fat. What? But True. Yeah, I just hated the way that
Sam was doing. Yeah,
I thought Sam was so extra, saying he should kill him. Sam, what have you killed before? Let alone someone who used to be a hobbit, who basically is a magical hobbit now, just an everlasting hobbit. You're going to kill him, really? Please be serious. And then when Gollum was in his face, I was like, Gollum. Oh my God, there is a really funny bit which I have to clip. I have to do it. It's like when Gollum gets the rabbit,
boil and mash and stick in with stew. Well, not.
Yeah,
you must have heard me say that.
I have actually, and I've only just realised. Damn it! This is
and now you're suddenly realising, like, it's like when last week you said now you're starting to see where the memes originated from. Yeah, like meat's back on the menu, boys. Now are you like understanding more and more about who I am, a new layer of my personality?
Yeah, but it's also like, what of all the things they said in that film, why isn't that the one that stuck? Like, what?
Potatoes, boil and mash and stick them in a stew because it's iconic.
Okay. The bit that I got from that just being disgusting was Gollum sniffing the air and saying, "We like it raw." Like, I bet you do, Gollum. I bet you do. Me too.
And Sam's like,
and the way his eyes rolled. Sam is such
talking
a
like that.
prude.
Stop shaming.
Gollum's eyes rolled to the back of his head when he said, "We like it raw." I was like, you guys
Funny.
were not thinking that through. How is that not a meme?
Oh, I'm
It will
sure it's
be.
featured in several Pornhub versions of this movie. Sam comes along and is like, yeah, so do we.
And then in the end, Sam's like talked into it. Give in to the power of the ring, Sam.
Oh no.
I will never, Mr. Frodo. Sorry, guys.
Stop it, Mr. Frodo.
Oh God.
I'm yours, Mr. Frodo.
Oh my God. Okay.
Wait, right. No, this is going to turn into a very
The
different.
reason, just so you guys know, the reason I am wincing is because only a hint of it, and I can see the whole scene. I can see like I could easily write a script for a porno. Like the scripts are so bad. It's like, why would anybody say
Absolutely. We
that?
could easily write a parody Lord of the Rings porno.
I think that there would be sex involved in a parody Lord of the Rings. But I just would love to
Yeah.
write a parody Lord of the Rings, period.
Mm.
Oh my God. It would be
It writes
so
itself, quite frankly.
it is a parody. It's not, it's ridiculous. Anywho, sorry
A
guys.
parody, an allegory, 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 whatever.
Allegory. It's an allegory. Sorry guys.
But also, what we have to remember as well is that they are so close to Mordor in this film already.
Oh my God.
It's right fucking there. That's what I'm talking about.
Aren't they scared?
Yeah, but
I feel like Gollum was freaking out, but the other two weren't as scared
but they
as they
hadn't
should have
been
been.
tortured as Gollum
Yeah,
had
but
been.
still, like you see all those soldiers and like the way Sam stood up to run in, I was like, "Are you a moron? You're obviously not going to make it."
Yeah,
I hated that bit, but yeah, I don't know. I felt like Sam was a little cruel. Gollum was horrible to Sam, but even so, Sam was doing too much. Like, I feel like there's a way to be suspicious of someone without like making fun of the fact that they're a
I think he
Gollum.
was taking his role as protector of Frodo a bit too seriously.
Let that man die on the side of the road. Okay. I also felt like
no, in that it was like,
no.
Kill this weird Gollum thing.
But
He
Sam,
went
you're not
straight
about
to.
that life. I didn't really get that, but I guess, yeah. Oh no, he is. He is. Remember when he had that sword in the last one? No, he is. He would
Yeah,
have
he's
killed him.
about whatever life is protecting Frodo. He's been given a mission. He's been given a quest by Gandalf, and he intends to live or die by it. Yeah. Because there's one thing you can't say about Gollum about Sam is that he isn't loyal and isn't committed.
Who would say that, for God's sake? He's a bit too loyal. I hate people are that loyal. It's like, please relax.
Give me some fucking breathing space.
It's not just that. I know. I understand. I wouldn't want Sam to talk to Frodo crazy because I too empathize that it's not Frodo's fault. But I do feel like Sam takes his anger out on Gollum, and it's like, but it doesn't make sense because they've both been through the same thing. Sorry, guys. I know I'm taking this all too literally, and this is not what you tuned in for. Anywho, that's those three. Do you have anything more to say on those three chaps? I loved Sam's speech at the end. I will say that.
Oh, that was a powerful speech. So obviously that was one time where we do get that, but it was needed, that shot, the single shot. Yeah. I wonder if when they got given the scripts, I think he's called Sam Aston, who is also in The Goonies, I think we've mentioned, and also in Stranger Things.
How is he? I love him in
now Stranger Things. Yeah.
What a CV. What a
fucking
CV.
chomped on by a demigod. Gog. Anyway, so when they got given the scripts, do you think he got that and was like, yeah, I've got like the power ballad of speeches, the power ballad of monologues, the real like ties everybody together. It spans all the different people in the fellowship.
It was a good one because it was like, it wasn't, because normally those speeches are really like rousing and like But it was almost like coming from a place of defeat. I always think is better and more honest.
Yeah, like we may be small, but we're just gonna keep. We might not win. We're just
Trucking
gonna fucking
along.
keep plugging away. We're just gonna
Yeah.
keep going until we stop, and that's just Sam all over.
Do you think that's where they got the Dermot dogs from in Stranger Things? Because those dogs, what
The
are the
wargs,
yeah, they look very similar.
maybe.
I don't know. But anyhow,
Uh,
they're all the same
how
film, aren't they?
how about so we get introduced to Faramir here, who is Boromir's brother.
Talk about a chip on your
And
shoulder.
well, just you
Yeah.
wait until you meet his dad, as I've already told you.
Yeah.
He's a fucking piece of work, and he puts that chip on his shoulder.
When he's like, we're beginning to understand each other. That felt like when you finally get to defeat a boss, not the final boss, but one of the bosses in a difficult game. And then the person who's holding you prisoner is like, no, like the speech they give you in the speech bubble, it didn't feel like real dialogue. But it doesn't matter because it's a quest and it's all the same as a Nintendo game anyway. But,
No, but oh, God, the
but
way
yeah,
I really want to play the Lord of the Rings game.
you should just get it for yourself. You need an after work treat.
I think the wine and the copious shows are that. Anyway, so I guess we'll see more of Faramir. Well, I don't guess. I know we'll see more of Faramir next season, next episode. So I guess you don't really have much to say there.
Not personally.
Uh, then let's move on to our other two hobbits. And I'm going to say, I know that Frodo and Sam and Gollum are, kind of very integral to the plot. Maybe for you, the most integral, whatever. But Pippin and Merry really, I think, that Peregrine Took and Merryweather Brandy Buck.
So Pippin is
really,
the cute, funny one, and
Pippin is slightly not naive. We'll call him.
yeah,
I don't
and
want to
the
say he's
other
not
one,
slow. Is
no, you
Merryweather?
can't use that word. Merryweather.
No, just Merryweather is his full name, but Merry is for short. Pippin and Merry. So Pippin is short for Peregrine. Don't know why, but
kind of like Jace is short for Jacques Targaryen.
Jacqueline. He's just there. Just Merry.
Why would you not scream that across the house?
All right, to fairies.
Go watch the Jesuits.
Jace, Sorry, guys. Yeah, so we're Pippin and Merry managed to get away.
Not me
They've
calling
been
him
abducted.
Jace.
You can call him Jace, I guess. They get abducted, but they escape from the orcs, which is great, but run straight into Fangorn Forest.
Cannibalism. Do you know what I was thinking when they were doing the cannibalism? I was like, they need to give these orcs some
a proper square meal.
some depth. God damn.
Come on.
I don't like it. Anyway.
Yeah. It is a bit weird because also what I think about that is like when you say meat's back on the menu, one orc is not going to feed all of you. So it's not like, if anything, it's going to make it worse because you'll have a taste of meat and then be in a fucking feeding frenzy and you'll just want more.
An orc is quite big. Think about it. If they were going to eat like a whole chicken, like how much of an orc is that? How many of them are there?
I think it's actually a goblin that they killed, but never mind.
That was
but
a
it's
goblin? I'm so confused. Okay, fair enough.
Look, one of the bad guys, but still, there were a lot of them, and it wasn't. I don't think that you've seen some of the bigger guys, the bigger Uruk-hai. There's no way that would be enough. Anyway, Pippin, we're not here to discuss the orcs. They're not part of this.
Oh yeah, just dismiss them because they're just evil props that are bred. The way they're birthed, for God's sake, they go through it. Coming out of that egg sac.
Oh yeah, gross.
I don't know why I'm calling it an egg sac.
Well,
Oh
it
yeah,
does
it
look
makes
like the
sense.
membrane and
Yeah.
so I think that Merry and Pippin in this, I don't think I know, and I'm prepared to fight my case on this. They deal a massive blow
I'm rolling my eyes.
in the army in the fight for Middle Earth against the enemy. Because at the end of it, what they do by like destroying Isengard essentially is rendering Saruman impotent because they've
They can't make
destroyed the
any
Orc
more orcs.
factory. Yeah.
Oh
So
my
that's like
God.
a big deal. And they're just these two little hobbits from the Shire. Do you know what I
I
mean?
thought they just had him surrounded. I didn't realize that's what they would do.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
the dam, they get the water, and
yeah.
then the ant that was on fire runs along and like dips his head in the water, and it's like, I'm okay now. But
Very Beauty and the
that is
Beast.
massive. And like I'm saying, these two hobbits were never intended to go on this quest by Gandalf. They weren't there. They just by coincidence happened to be stealing some, you know,
Is it a
produce in.
coincidence or is it destiny?
It could be destiny, yeah, but essentially they weren't like the main hobbits that were tasked with this.
No,
They were
but
just
they're
these two
always in
little
mess. And I feel like,
shenanigans. Yeah,
yeah, people who are always in mess, a trickster, a hustler,
yeah,
some might say, is going to get it done.
that's fair, true. Um, but they're also learning. They're becoming more worldly and
Yeah.
wise to what's going on, and the fact that actually this is their fight, even though they're still small, because
They're not going to have a home to go
this is
to. I loved
yeah,
that bit.
exactly. And they also managed to convince these very
Ancient trees.
ancient, yeah, I was going to say what's like the earthly word for celestial. But I suppose, yeah, these ancient magical mythical tree shepherds, that they're part of this fight as well. So
By
I just have to say,
walking them to their
just
dead friend's grave. Nice.
okay, that's
They were like,
I don't think Pippin actually meant to do that. He
yes,
didn't
he
know.
did. I think he
Pippin,
did.
no, Merry might have known. Pippin is not that.
I thought he knew because when he got there, he was smirking. He was like, sorry.
Well, I think they were just like, well, I mean, we didn't mean to show you this, but also
Since we're
this is what's gonna, yeah, this is what's gonna happen. So
yeah.
it was, whether it was intentional or not, it was a shrewd move.
Yeah, I would love to read the tree text in the books. That's the only thing I'd read because I like the way he was talking about how that in their language it takes a long time to say anything.
Yes, and they don't say anything that's not worth saying.
Like this podcast, like it's really long, but we say so many substantial things.
Such profound things. We wouldn't bother unless it was worth saying.
It was really hitting, we really get there in the end. Who's next?
So, who is next? Okay, now
I've
next we're
written
gonna
down Future King,
yeah,
Old King, Dwarf, Elf.
Okay, so do you want to talk about the Aragorn, Gimli, Legolas clique, or do you want to talk about Theoden? So he's like the old king that was basically poisoned by Saruman.
How was he poisoned though? Do you mean metaphoric?
Magic.
Okay, cool. I was like, was he drinking something?
He was being I think
possessed.
Grima Wormtongue was giving him like
oh my God,
something that was basically infecting him and making him.
I didn't know how he was possessed. I didn't really get that.
Yeah,
but I didn't think it mattered. But now I'm like, okay, maybe that was the important deal. I was just like, I don't know how he got like that, but he's
but it doesn't matter.
Okay.
It also doesn't matter, does it?
How
he's being influenced and poisoned and manipulated.
Yeah, and then he's freed. I don't think that matters as much.
Gandalf the White.
I feel like we should talk about the wizards afterwards.
But that's a key moment because when Gandalf is just like, I'm not having this, and he just bonks him on the head and then like draws out the curse. Gandalf the Grey could never
It really was like church in the 90s. They don't do it like that anymore. Those are the days. I cast you out, demon.
Um,
It was lit. I'm very confusing as a child.
I can imagine.
What the hell is going on? I'm scared.
Where do we begin with these guys? And what did you make of oh, there's a lot of like, yeah, just appearance shaming in general, isn't there? So we've got
What happened?
Gollum calling what's his
Sam
name?
Fat.
Sam fat, and
I
then
took that
just
very
everybody
personally.
always just like commenting on Gimli's height. He's short. He's a
Who's
dwarf. I
Gimli?
mean, the dwarf.
Oh my God,
I would
yeah.
cut off your head if it stood but a little higher off the ground. Every fucking 5 minutes, if Gimli's in the scene, they're gonna comment on his height. But it's also like he's a dwarf. Like that why you
Duh.
you that you
What's wrong with the elves? Why are
what do
they
you
like
mean?
that? They're a bit,
What, just ethereal and cold and
no, a bit like spaced out. Is that on purpose?
yeah, because I guess they're supposed to be like otherworldly, you know? They're
They are
thinking they
getting it
can
wrong.
see and
Sorry.
who gave
Not
them these
always. Not
director's notes?
always. Well, we know
But
now.
yeah, they're
Accused man of the
looking
world.
into into they can see beyond just what's going on in like our in their immediate environment. You know, they're so much more in tune and connected to things that I guess
Like an
if
episode
you
of
had
Rick
all
and
of that
Morty.
information, you also might be like,
Honey, I do. Let me tell you.
um,
It ages me with every passing breath. The weight of it all. I'm going to start speaking like an elf. Let's see how long it takes for you to slap me. I guess it's not long because it's annoying as fuck.
what do you make of and guys, I'm aware we're flip-flopping around in this group, but it's a big group with lots of different players, so just bear with us. Eowyn. So Eowyn is
Sexy.
the
Ah.
woman.
Oh,
No, not Aragorn. Eowyn is the one that, bless her,
the
has
elf.
got it
She's also
bad. No, no,
sexy.
no. Oh, that's Arwen.
That thirsty princess. Oh,
Yeah, that was always
next.
mine and Tim's reaction. My
Listen,
brother, where I was like, poor Eowyn. Like, she's just got it so fucking bad for Aragorn.
there's nothing wrong with having it bad for Aragon. I feel like he needed that. He did, if you did. Honestly, he loved it. When he came back from the dead, you're telling me he didn't love that reaction? Please.
Yeah, but it was also like no, like when Arwen no Aaron sees him Aragorn back from the dead. So but basically, guys, remember they get attacked. The people of Rohan on their way to Helm's Deep, and which, by the way, that was a dumb call from Theoden, and he needs to answer for his
Stupidity.
yeah his poor judgment. But
Listen, he just
we'll
got
get
out
to
of
that.
a coma. I don't know why they had it. Not saying that if your decision making is impaired, but it's like give him 5 bloody minutes making essential decisions.
Yeah, it wasn't that. He should have taken the counsel of people that haven't been
He's like,
put in
no,
a
I've got
manipulative
this.
hold. It's like, no, we'll do what I say.
Guys, you guys don't. You wouldn't know how. You've never run a kingdom before. Okay.
Okay, well now we're on Theoden and his poor decision making. Can we like just talk about I get that Helm's Deep is incredible. It's super well, it's defensible, it's amazing, but there's
It's
this the
nice.
weakness that it has. Oh, it's great. This weakness that it has. I just think Theoden or anybody
What's the
in
weakness?
the our army, the sewage, the drainage hole
Yeah.
that basically gets blown up with gunpowder. It's always gunpowder, isn't it?
Well, yeah, it's like the Middle Ages. Did they have gunpowder? Guys, I don't know. Horrible
Ooh,
histories didn't cover them.
yeah, but it's also not middle. It's a fantasy land. like in
Oh,
Game of Thrones
don't
when
confuse me. Don't do it.
they get the Battle of Blackwater. Anyway,
That is
my
the
point
best
is
battle they had in Game of Thrones. Jeez. Was that the
mm,
one when they went
on the
John's?
sea.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
really
I think
fucking
so.
good. Yeah.
Anyway. Why is no one remembering this like drainage hole in the whole
It's
of
been
Rohan? Why are
years.
you not? Come on. Also, remember how they say there's only one weakness, only one way you can get in. But let's also remember when Gimli and Aragorn just go. So all the orcs that are kind of they're like battening down, but storming the front gate, the entrance where the moat is, and Gimli and Aragorn just quietly pop out through the side door. So there's
Get out.
obviously like another what? There is literally an unlocked little side door that people could go through. Come on,
That's different.
is it?
I don't know.
Is it? Anyway,
Is this the battle that
it,
you were saying is like the one, this battle?
yeah, when it came out, and I
Yeah.
think in the context of when it came out, it was a really big deal
But even
because
now, like I didn't love the whole battle, but there were things they did really well. And I can't remember seeing that many people. So many people.
oh, I think that was one of the things that was potentially unprecedented. It's like the sheer amount of like extras and actors that they had to populate and fill
Insane.
that. Yeah, it
Gosh,
was
it's like
a real feat.
every white English actor had a job. I was like, come on, guys,
Yeah,
are you doing it as well? Yeah.
they meet up every year. Helm's Deep reunion.
Amazing.
Um,
Also known as
but
UKIP. Joking.
do that to me.
Joking.
But the choreography is great. I think
There's only one part where I was just like, now you're pushing it. This is not Once Upon a Time. When
Legolas is like surfing down the stairs.
didn't even notice.
What?
Okay, we'll get into Legolas quickly. But
Aragorn.
Aragorn, the original
Yeah,
Aegon, and what's the dwarf's name?
the dwarf Gimli.
Aragorn and Gimli, when they have to swing, like get thrown across and do that
That's what
little.
I'm talking about. They pop out through the back door,
No, not even
and
it's not the door. It's what they did
when
when they were.
he throws them, and
No,
then
it's
he.
like the fact that they're like, we'll just hold them off for a second. It's like
Oh
this.
yeah,
That's something you would see in Disney's The Descendants. It's like, please be serious. All right, Captain Hook. Fuck it up. I get it. They're the best swordsmen in the land. But I will say, Legolas, this I keep wanting to say episode. This is not
episode, and it's because I
Star
keep saying
Wars.
that
Oh, okay. Jesus, why is that?
because it essentially is. Well, this
Okay,
film, whatever.
guys, we're going to call it episodes from now. Leave me alone. But in this episode, I really felt like he was just on smoke from the beginning, and I love his chaotic energy. Like the smallest thing happens, and he's grabbing people up by the neck. when he put an arrow on that, I was like, God damn, he said but two words, and you were like ready to shoot him with an arrow.
Yeah, but that was come on, he was being mean to his friend Gimli.
Yeah, but he's so intense.
He's just
Like
always ready to
he
kill
has
something.
no personality. He's just a soldier. Do you know what I mean?
100%. Yes.
Oh God, he was insane, but I enjoyed
There
it.
are
That's
some,
what I mean.
I
There's
think,
something wrong with those elves. They are not okay.
I feel like, I don't know if it's coming in the next film or if it's just a deleted scene.
Don't tell me. Let me see it. Okay, say it.
No, it's really minor, but it kind of maybe gives a bit more
context.
maybe dimension to his character. No, I think that him and Gimli are drinking.
Yeah.
And I think it's basically like who can drink who under the table. But Legolas just never gets drunk because the elves can hold their liquor.
How does
Sorry. So Kimberly's just getting like
why do
messier and
you
messier.
why do you think that explains?
No, I'm not saying explain. I'm just saying this, or I don't know. It just
You're
it's
like,
you a bit.
I'm like, he's always on smoke. And the reason he's always on smoke is because he
He's,
can't get drunk. And let me tell you, without that, what do you have in this?
well, there's a bit more of like a playfulness about him in other scenes, like minuscule
Oh no,
playfulness.
I didn't mean he doesn't have a personality as in they didn't write it in. I just mean like generally, like he seems believable. He's just insane.
Yeah. He just wants to show off his skills all the time.
I didn't like that bit where him and Gimli were like, how many have you killed? I've killed I was like,
19.
again, save
Yeah.
it for Disney, hun. Next. But I guess it's a family film. Although it feels like it's not. Like it's too mature. I don't know. I swear it was a 15. Was it a 12? We've talked about this before. It was a 12.
I don't know.
It was before 12 even existed. But yeah, who's next?
Who's next? Should we get to? Do you have anything more to say about? I don't think you have anything. Well, yeah, we could talk about the elves if you want.
I did find Aragorn.
That's the man.
And
Arwen.
Liz Taylor.
Not Liz Hurley. No, I feel like that's what you're going to say.
Taylor. No.
Tyler
Taylor. That's all I'm saying. What's her elfish name?
Arwen.
Oh, fuck. Oh!
No, let me just... So we've got Arwen. We've got Eowyn, who's the blonde woman. Eowyn's like cousin or something is called Eomer. Like all the names are just...
So Arwen and Aragorn.
Correct.
I'm sorry, but George R. Martin, please come up with some new names. Like
Tolkien.
I'm saying that it's like Martin read Tolkien and just like was like, oh, these will do. Like, stop confusing me further.
Absolutely.
I get that they're Middle Ages old English names or whatever, but please, this is supposed to be a fantasy. Sweet, sweet fantasy, baby. Sorry, we haven't had a singing interlude in a minute.
What were you going to say? Arwen.
Their little sexy thing was a lot more like romantic this time.
Mm.
Maybe because I'm absolutely gasping from shock. I'm joking, sorry. Guys, I'm obviously joking. I don't speak like that. This is not an episode of Ab Fab, okay?
I don't speak like that, but I am thinking it.
I am longing for
like,
the touch of the number.
The sentiment is the same. I'm just not usually this crude.
No, like, I'm crude. I just say it in like normal words.
Not gasping for a shag.
Yeah.
Then they have a they're obviously very much in love.
And that's that human, because I get it. I was thinking that he is really, this is me massively projecting, and it's probably a little bit anti-woman, so excuse me. Excuse me while I be misogynistic. No, it's not that bad.
This is not a feminist.
This is not a feminist podcast. We're really appealing to the incel Reddit chat.
Yeah.
You think we're in there? No.
No. No, we have to lower our voices.
We have to lower. Even if this was pitched down times 10. Or maybe if I heard my opinions in a man's voice, I would evolve quicker. Maybe it would be like, oh, I don't want to sound like that. It's not
anyway,
funny.
What were you going to say? Are you going to say basically Aragorn is hot as hell? No, are you going to say that he's obviously like, Eowyn is not?
No, like he's like the guy that you think, oh my God, he's hot in the pub, but you'd never speak to. And of course that like blonde woman is his girlfriend. Do you know what I mean? But she's lovely, so you can't say anything. No, but I feel like, obviously, I don't know how it ends, but it almost feels like the elfish lady is going to be like, do you know what? You two just be together because that's what you need. You need a queen.
What? Come on.
I'm thinking Game of Thrones. Sorry, guys. No forbidden love here. Everybody just does whatever the hell they want. No, but those two have got it going on. But I'm talking about Arwen.
Arwen and
Arwen
Aragorn.
and
The elf
Aragorn.
and Aragorn. The elf.
Elfish
Yeah.
lady and
Yeah.
human king man.
Yes.
King man. Yeah, obviously they have that chemistry. Let me tell you, that chemistry is unshakable. I felt it and I wish I'd never had.
So
Damn.
an anecdote from the next movie. Apparently, it like in the oh god, maybe this. Sorry, this is going to be a spoiler.
For me.
Yeah.
Honey, write it down.
Okay. I'll just say it next week.
Yeah, but you have to write it down or you'll forget.
No, I won't forget because I've been wanting to say it. Such a minor anecdote about more about the actors than anything, but it does reveal something of the plot.
If it's anything like your other anecdote, it bloody doesn't. You know something about him that I found.
You can't get drunk. This is funny. I think also I don't know why, but I just really like Gimli in this one. I think I just like him in general because I think he has some like good one-liners. He's obviously like good at his job. He's like can swing his axe.
Okay, now we're getting to the crux of it.
And
yeah,
he's in it for the light relief in that section.
I hate when they use a character solely for comic relief. Like, please. But it was all right. The three of them, I get it. They're like the three musketeers. They're all in threes. Oh my god, they're all in threes.
No, they're not.
They are.
Frodo, Merry and Pippin,
Gollum,
and Treebeard.
what's it?
But you can't. Gollum's not. Just because he's in the group, he's not one of them.
It's integral to that. They wouldn't have made it without him. He's integral to their journey. Don't do that. Don't make him a second-class citizen.
That's not saying that he's not integral to the journey. It just doesn't mean that he's in the team.
Hold on one moment.
He's not in the team. Gollum, not in the team. There, I said it. I also think that in Merry and Pippin, yes, Treebeard is there, so they're a trio of swords, but he's not in their team.
He is for that. In this episode, they're a team. They work together. They're a team. They're on their journey together.
You know what? We'll have to agree to disagree.
We will.
I do see what you mean. I understand.
You're saying the difference between an acquaintance and a friend, but honey, we're not talking about that. Teamwork makes the dream work. If Frodo wasn't there, they'd still be nuts. They'd have never gotten anywhere. Why am I starting to?
Oh, that's true. Yeah. They would have just been going round and round in circles, but Frodo would have been getting a real workout.
We can't discount people's contributions to our journey just because we don't like them. That's a lesson I never will learn.
I don't dislike. I feel for Gollum. He's been through stuff. He needs a big hug, and for somebody to go back in time and tell Smeagol not pick up that fucking ring. And also that,
but if he hadn't, it wouldn't have been safe. Like, also, he was needed. They all do their part. I'm sorry.
I know
I'm sorry, but they don't.
We're sounding like a Disney special now.
No, I sound like somebody who would write a letter into the Metro newspaper to complain about something. I'm sorry, but I have to say it. Everybody didn't play their part. Sorry, guys.
Okay. I feel like we've talked about everybody now, apart from really Gandalf. Sure, we've touched upon him, but let's just round out.
Can we pause
this week?
Onto the Wizards of Waverly Place.
Gandalf. Are we going to talk about Saruman, or are we? When you say wizards, do you mean?
No, I just want to do a quick comparative analysis of their wigs.
Okay, hit me with it.
Because last week, if you remember,
nothing about their plot line, their story, their character development. It's related. Okay.
Saruman's wig was super, super sleek. And this week, obviously, it wasn't intentional. He was actually running around, and they just probably didn't have time in between takes to straighten it out. There was a point where his wig was
But
looking a bit disheveled.
I think also is maybe that's a statement on just where he is
Yeah, for sure. He's like coming
in,
apart when you can
yeah,
when you compare his wigs, and then you compare. Well, you can't really compare Gandalf's wigs because I don't like it when people have a curlier texture and it's seen as less, which is why I thought it was a bit of a controversial step for them to have the super sleek straight for the level up. Like
when,
Gandalf
yeah,
should have
the
kept
white,
the
yeah.
texture, but had a white look rather than but that silk press was gorgeous. And I just I find Gandalf very like cheeky, very like he knows the secret
He's
that you
somebody that's
wish you
got
knew.
depth,
I like
character,
him.
stories,
He's just like fun, funny, magical.
flirty.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Yes, I agree.
And so
Because
much less moody.
Gandalf the Grey is just like
A terror
just
also. He is grumpy.
lovely.
Yeah, but he's also very grumpy.
He's grumpy, but like so
He
you
is
get it
ready to
sometimes.
die and
People
evolve.
around him is just they're just irritating him. People are
Yeah,
just being annoying, and he's like whatever. But he is, you still want to be around him. But
unless he's
Gandalf the
shouting at you.
White, you want to go
Oh,
out drinking with him.
I want to be his
You
best
want
friend, but
to
you know
go,
you're not good
yeah.
enough.
Mm-mm. Because he's
That,
that wizard.
that
Everyone
was
wants to
my
go out drinking
name.
with him, of course.
I love that. That was my name. Yes, that might be my favorite line ever. Now that's iconic.
But what's my name now?
I don't remember
It's
that.
the same thing. Gandalf the White.
Wow, not me going on about hair textures rather than the fact that the highest grade of wizardry is white, but never mind.
Right? Yeah, I mean,
A deep take, you guys.
I
Deep
suppose
cut.
it's higher than grey, but
But we don't know how high it
we can't.
goes.
Well, there are things that are just not comparable. Like, for example, you've got Radagast, who's not in this franchise, he's in The Hobbit.
Madagascar, wrong with him.
I mean, he wouldn't be out of place in that film, but Radagast the Brown. So I don't like he's very, very powerful, but I don't think he would ever ascend to the white because that's just not his vibe. He's very much like salt of the earth, connected to the earth, the animals, the
But I don't
flora, the
think
fauna kind
Gandalf
of wizard.
meant to ascend. They're like Pokemon. It's a genuine accident. You're like, oh
Yeah, it's
shit.
your time, it's your no, but he maybe that was the trajectory that he was on, but I don't think that's the trajectory that all wizards are on. So that I don't know if you could say that white is like the pinnacle. I mean, maybe it is. It was what me trying
I don't know why
to
you're
say
caping
that
for this.
racism and colonialism doesn't come into everything.
I don't think it's I honestly in that case I don't think it's as literal. I just like making a funny witty remark because I am the Gandalf the White of this. I'm joking. I'm joking.
If you think you've ascended, let
I'm
me
here
tell
to
you
tell you something. This is the gutter.
No, actually, I think you may have a point because something about Gandalf the White's energy is just very like, I'm here now and I'm not taking any of this shit. You guys can stay and do what you want, but I know best. And if you don't like it, I don't
No,
give a
he's
shit.
more like God now.
Yeah, but not God in the sense he's like an all like benevolent whatever. He will say his piece. Like if he thinks you're being a dumbass,
I would say that was more Gandalf the Grey. I feel like Gandalf the White's more authoritarian.
no.
Like he's just telling you what's happening.
Well, yeah, but he's also
Look to
like
me when the
Theoden
sun goes down. I don't know.
on the fifth day. Look to me at first light. Cool.
If that
Thanks,
isn't
enough.
a creation reference, I don't know what is. I don't know what religion they were following back then. How old is this book?
I don't think that Tolkien is very religious. But no, do you
Hey,
know what? I think maybe I am thinking more about Philip Pullman, who is very anti-religion. I don't actually
That the
know what Tolkien's
director?
affiliation is. No, that is the guy that wrote Northern Lights, like his Dark Materials trilogy. Completely different thing.
Okay, I'm glad you're well read, but this is not the time for confusion.
Sorry. But look, Gandalf's here, thank God, because
He is God.
any
Thank Gandalf.
thank Gandalf. Dear Lord and Savior.
I am not praying to Gandalf. That wig was cute, but please wrap it
But
up.
imagine
No,
if he
joking.
hadn't gone to find the Rohirrim,
The who?
and he hadn't come the Rohirrim, who are the
Come again?
Horse Lords, the Rohirrim.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Because I didn't. I was like, okay, where did you get all these people?
So I think they were originally like Horse Lords or Horsemen of Rohan, but then
Yeah,
they got because
banished.
they got banished because they
Yeah,
followed
but when they
A&E.
said that, I thought they meant like a couple hundred. I didn't know it was going to be like
A
that
full-on army,
many.
yeah.
I
I'm
was
like,
like,
really? Come on, guys.
that's a lot. Even when the elf showed
Um,
up, I was like, all right. When that one elf
yeah.
died, I'm guessing other people felt like more of an emotional connection to him. That was a comedy death. They didn't need to do him like
It
that.
was because it was like slash, slash. I'm gonna smash you from behind, yet no blood. Like he cleaved him clean in two, but he was fine. So yeah, when you were saying it's not very violent or gory, they don't show things. No, they don't at all. And you've got like the orcs, the Uruk-hai's weapons. They've got these giant like machetes that are probably about over a meter and a half long, with like a semi-scythe on the end of it. If they were showing what truly happened, that guy would be hacked to bits. That elf gone, but
I don't think
we
I'd
didn't
want to
see it.
see it.
No,
I
I
hate to,
know we don't want to see it, but then don't show the. Just do like
yeah.
do a stab. So he's like, ugh, not like stab slash slash. You're all okay
Don't
to
worry,
show
guys,
his
I'm
like
fine.
orcs heads being knocked off and everything.
Now you're getting it. Now we are on the same page. Honestly, doing the orcs like that. Like orcs are just instruments of that. Anyway, whatever.
Kind of, they are though.
I hate that. Show it. Show me the after, and then if you're bad, show me. Show me the blood.
Yeah.
You know.
That's yeah. I mean that's it. I don't think we've got much to say. So we've ended this one on Sam's got this rousing speech, and then him and Frodo they get set free by Faramir, and they go on their merry way. But
Twin
little do they
Towers
know,
completed.
Two Towers. Um,
Uh,
little do they know.
guys, genuine fumble.
Everybody, I think Pete makes this
Okay,
same.
cool.
I don't. It's not. Yeah. I often have to be like Two Towers, not. Yeah.
I'm probably gonna do it again. So let's move on.
Little do Sam and Frodo know that Gollum is hatching a plan. Obviously,
Gollum is in fairness, master betrayed.
wow.
All right, relax.
Yeah.
Why is he your master? Then I'd be master. Then we'd be master. Or
Because
you
he's the
could
master of the ring.
Oh my god! Thank you.
And also, he kind of saves him from Sam.
So,
No, I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying
sorry, I
we're
have an
looking at
attitude
it like
problem, guys.
from Smeagol's kind of psychological point of view. I guess it's like that identifying with the captor that's kinder, and also has the thing that you want most in the world.
That shit, that cleft chin. Honestly, where did that come from? Did he always have that? He looked quiet in this one.
Also, think about how long it took for them to film these films.
Yeah, he could have got a lot of work done in
Yeah.
that time.
Oh, yeah.
And boy, did it.
I don't think it's cosmetic.
Sure. I just grew into this gorgeous chick. Okay. All right, Quagmire. Guys, I'm joking. Leave Elijah Wood alone. He was a sex
Yeah.
symbol back in the day.
Don't listen. You know my thoughts on Elijah Wood.
He's your type, isn't he?
Well,
Two Towers, Elijah Wood is definitely a bit of you. I mean, more mood board you, not real life you. Mood board you is Two Towers. Real life you is Legolas.
so is Mooble. I think Legolas is probably was the start of the
No.
long white haired
Oh my God.
fantasy. It must be. Like, what else would it? That was the
Oh,
origin.
damn. So when people are like, TV is rotting the minds of teenagers, they're right. They are right.
Yeah, true. But then also Aragorn, come on.
Aragorn's hot,
Come
but
on.
he's like English in a way that's like reminds you of a man you've met in the pub. Aragorn looks like the guy who cheats. I'm sorry, I have to say. I didn't. It's not relevant. I would feel sorry for anyone who looks like that. There's something about guys who look like that. They just look like they cheat. This is irrelevant.
But he didn't cheat. Aragorn, I mean.
No, I mean he in real life.
No, I
With
know
that
what you're
face,
saying. Yeah. Yeah.
why? Must be something to do with my real life that I'm projecting, but I can't figure out what it is.
Or
I'll figure out.
TV.
It must be. It must be because
Or just actual life.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, look, there's a lot of hotties
Did it
in the
pass the
cast.
Bechdel test?
It did, yeah. I was thinking about this because there are a lot of women on screen at one time that are not talking about men, as in romantic relationships.
No, they're just screaming and
They're
running
just,
away.
yeah.
But it passed.
But maybe in that, well, I guess
Because they're
in
being
the sense
protected by
it
men.
passes because there's more than one woman on screen
They don't,
in
isn't
a
it more,
scene.
isn't it two women having a conversation that isn't about men?
Yeah.
It doesn't pass. When do they speak to each other? I mean, a woman speaks to her
No, come
child.
on. I mean, I feel like Eowyn would be like
She didn't speak to another
to
woman.
the deep. She's like, I want to fight, and I want to be with Aragorn.
I want to fight you.
I want to roll around and I want to tussle. Yeah. What is it with tussling?
I don't know. Oh gosh, I wish we only heard from the women. This film would be so much funnier. When he rode into town, she was like, "Oh, he's a bit of me."
Yeah, she really did.
Gosh.
But yeah, the look on her little face when she's like, "He's not dead," and then Legolas like ruins it because she sees him giving Aragorn back that dollar store trinket that's supposed to be Arwen's life force.
That is Swarovski. Not me, not
it is not even.
That Swarovski.
Plastic. It looks like it's made from plastic tiara material. It does.
That is diamante. How dare you? Made from
that is a genuine cubic zirconia.
You don't know anything about these precious stones. Also, maybe these stones would be precious with a rebrand. The problem is they're just not diamonds. It's like, that's unfair.
Yeah, okay, well, even if that was diamond, look, that thing looks cheap as hell and it looks flimsy as fuck as well.
Elvish glass. How dare you?
That was forged in the Helms of Rivendell. The Helms, that's not even, I don't know what I'm talking about.
Either.
Whatever, in the smithy by the finest elven craft.
A bird dropped it in the pool in front of me, and I knew at once it was mine. All right, elf. Stop smoking on whatever you're smoking, you nutcase.
Oh, sorry, guys. I know we need to be wrapping up soon, but just like one thing, we were talking about the chemistry between Arwen and Aragorn.
Yeah,
that scene where she's essentially like bringing him back to life. I don't know if it's supposed to be in his head, if it is in his head, but it's still real or what. But when he's just lying down and it just really looks like she's descended upon him. And like, how did they? Obviously, the way they would have done that is she's like lying on top of him. It's not that weird, but to me, it feels like I imagine them doing it like she's rigged up to a harness and they lower her down. That's because of the way that it just descends like straight on vertically. It's not like as if she's on top.
I take it back. That princess is not the thirstiest person in the film. The thirstiest person in the film is Aragon being brought back to life, dreaming about that woman. If you don't stand up, snogging a horse, that man needs to get it together. It's like, so we are at war. But that, I imagine that's what it's like. So, yeah.
So wait, you think? Oh, we essentially sent Brago to him. Are you saying that actually what you think happened is Brago the horse just happened to stumble across Aragorn, started licking his face, and you think that Aragorn was fantasizing that was all it?
Yeah, because he just got knocked out, so he was like, "Oh, finally she's here." It's like, honey, there is a horse. Please get it. Just stop.
Yeah, but then tell me this: why is he saying the horse's name? Oh, Brago. He knows.
I'll come here for bestiality. God damn it.
Oh, okay. Well, looking forward to Return of the King.
Return of the King. I like that, Natalie. We'll keep that.
Thank you.
I'll have to sing that in the intro if we remember.
We'll remember. It's hard to forget. It's a good one. There is some more fighting coming along, obviously.
Yeah. I just want to say good luck to Ghana in the World Cup.
Well,
it's not looking good for us.
Yeah. Portugal beat them.
That,
right?
Yes. But the first goal that Portugal scored, it's only funny because literally I feel like for the past 3 days I've been talking about how, you know, the footballer Ronaldo, not OG Ronaldo.
Oh, do you know that really world famous footballer Ronaldo that's become the first man to have ever scored a goal in 5 consecutive World Cups?
Oh, please.
Yeah, I do.
That's limey. Oh, Ronaldo. I've been talking about him so much recently, just like his absolute commitment to being a villain. He might be the biggest villain I've seen, a sporting villain. Maybe it was that guy who took performance enhancing drugs to years. What's that bicycle man called?
Lance Armstrong.
Yeah.
Lance. Oh, who am I?
No, it happens sometimes. I think because like we probably learned to speak that way and then we were socialized out of it, so it still comes out.
No, I was taught to speak the Queen's English.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So you'll say Lance and then
no, I always said Lance. I was
you were like, no, fuck that.
I grew up in the north of England.
No, I know, no shit.
So that I wouldn't speak like that.
Oh,
but yeah. It didn't stick, obviously.
Yeah, I started speaking with the ass instead of the arse.
That's Americanized though. That's not. I wouldn't say that's the Queen's English.
No, I don't mean ass and arse. I say both.
Yeah,
but they're different words to me.
Exactly, they're spelled different. Exactly.
But I mean, like on the end of the ass or arse words, like grass or grass.
Okay. Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah. Pass.
Jamaicans would say ras. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. It was right there. Yeah. When I was like 17, like I dated a bully and he basically was like, stop speaking like that, and I did.
Like what? Arse?
Yeah.
Pass.
I would say grass and it would make him so mad.
Yeah, so you had to say pass.
No, I didn't have to. I should have left.
No, of course, yeah.
I didn't understand what was happening. The long and winding road that leads to possess.
Okay, good God. Oh.
Yeah. Did you hear Jeff Bezos is giving away all his money?
No.
You didn't hear it. I mean, it was a drop in the ocean. I was like, why isn't this bigger news? Is this not a real story?
Oh God, is he like, wait, hold on. Elon's getting too much of the attention here. I'm also here.
I'm
Let me
doing the
do something
opposite.
big. Yeah,
I'm nothing like these other
no one
billionaires.
cares.
Oh my
If
gosh,
it's
it's
true,
like,
and if he does,
yeah, but
well, good
also
for
like
him. I'm not going to clap for that.
employee
You did,
rights as well would be nice. But
yeah.
like, I feel like if he just put in a few things down, but obviously if he gives away the money, if he redistributes that wealth, that would be good. It would be a good thing.
Mm.
But yeah, shout out to us for bullying Jeff Bezos. He obviously
This
listened to the podcast.
podcast
It was like, you
is
know what?
responsible. Yeah, you're welcome, guys.
Yeah, you're so welcome. You with the
Speaking
rumple
of,
and stilt skin laugh.
oh my God, imagine a Lord of the Rings Once Upon a Time crossover. Imagine if
It
Rumpel was
would
in this.
work. This is,
Hmm.
I'm not joking. When I was watching this film, I thought about it. They wasted some of those characters. Once Upon a Time needs to be redone, same cast. Well, almost the same. I'd make a
What do you
few
mean?
cuts.
Yeah.
They need a film or something.
I was in like the cast is wasted because they're not
Like Rumpel
still
was an
doing stuff.
amazing character.
Incredible.
But when you look at this show, Rumpel was here. No, not just Rumpel. Some of them were giving a performance of a lifetime, I can't lie. And some of them was just like, honey, you know,
Yeah, it was
it's
hit
not
and
their
miss,
fault.
wasn't it?
Yeah, it
Uh,
was.
I would, yeah, I'd like to see Rumpel because he would play Gandalf and Saruman. But he doesn't, he's on no one's side. You know what I
As soon as
mean?
you said it, I remembered why that show is. It's ridiculous. He would play Frodo and Gollum. Okay.
I don't mean play them, the character, the
No,
actors.
I think no, I didn't mean a
Yeah.
one-man show either, but that would be funny.
Smeagol does a good enough job of that.
Oh, he could do it. If anyone could do it. Is it Robert Carlyle? Is that his name?
That's Rumpel, yeah.
He's so
No, but
hot.
come on. Andy, sorry, what did you say? He's so hot.
Sorry. I mumbled that.
Rumpel.
No, it's Mr. Gold. I don't care. I've said it now.
Okay.
Sexist.
Wait, can I, speaking of people that are hot and going back to the beginning of this podcast, is Martin Freeman in Black Panther 2? Wakanda Forever?
Yes.
Yeah.
Let me tell
And
you something.
hot under the collar or not getting you?
No, he looked good, but it was noted in the film as well. Like
Well,
somebody
he
on
looks good.
screen said, "You're looking good." Like he looks like he's been working out for 9 years, but he does so in that way that, like, you know, when your shirt doesn't quite fit you because you're like
What?
busting out of it because you're
Right,
like
because you need a bigger shirt.
because the shoulder, because it's by shoulder measurement and it doesn't leave enough
Yeah,
space for chest and biceps. So guys,
right.
I didn't invent English tailoring. We're all victims of it. Okay. Yeah, I was like, oh yeah, those mod shirts aren't what they used to be, are they? Now you've lost your skinny privilege, eh, Martin? I'm being so disrespectful, Mr. Freeman. I would love to date you. I'm joking. I'm sorry.
Here's my resume.
Look at my
People
type
I've
now.
dated. Yeah. Here's a skill set.
Oh, the skill set is crazy. The funny thing is, if you look at the men I actually date and the ones I talk about this podcast, they are nothing alike.
No.
Nothing alike. Which just goes to show it's all just TV, isn't it? It's just all fantasy, isn't it? You won't really say no, I'm sorry. I won't complete that sentence. But this, yeah, Martin Freeman, I was a bit like, I hope they haven't got you on those Marvel roids, Martin.
No.
That chest is busting. But also he just looks good lately, but I prefer him in his own clothes because I love the way he dresses. I just think he's so hot. I like it. Give him a mufti day.
I prefer him in no clothes, but if I've got to, then I want his
No,
clothes.
I would never sexualize. He's a respectable man. I never in my life thought I would find Martin Freeman hot. He's just
Could you
aged
remember, like,
beautifully.
just around, well, sort of this time last year, a bit later on, when we were watching Love Actually, could you imagine, fast forward a year, well, not even 6 months, you'd be lost in after
It was that
Jack,
responder. I'm sorry. It was
the
that
responder. Yeah, guys, if you haven't seen it, BBC, watch it.
trigger warning. It's about the police.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And he's a Scouser in it as well, isn't he? So
Scousers are hot.
yeah.
Not all of them. But the vast, no, I'm joking. The vast majority. There are some accents that do it for me. I love a Yorkshireman. His accent. Don't leave me alone. I hate people.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Love a Scouse accent too.
How about Geordie?
Actually, I was going to say no, but I've heard a few Sunderland accents that are hot, but I don't know if they're, and if I know you and you're from Sunderland, I'm obviously not talking about you. I'm talking about your hot friend I met once on a night out. No, it's a good accent. I've never really met Geordies, but Sunderland is like, I'm not saying they're the same place. I'm sure the accent is different, but it's close enough. Yeah. Even a Middlesbrough accent. My ex was from Middlesbrough. I loved it.
What's
very north?
Okay.
Sorry, guys. Very north. No. It's like not quite Geordie.
We're not a monolith.
Sure. No, you're not, because Scousers and Mancunians and Geordies.
There's more range
accents.
of accents in the north than in the south.
Yeah, because everyone from the south pretends they're from London and does their best impression. Honey, let it go. Okay, we know you're from Kent. It's okay. But Bristolians, Jesus, those accents. Anyway, it doesn't matter how you speak. It's about what you look like. That was
Put that on a t-shirt.
It's about being sexy. Yeah. Sexy on the inside.
All about confidence.
Honey, it's about your political beliefs, let me tell you.
Your political beliefs and your ability to communicate.
Spend money.
Yes. Communicate with your wallet at the cash register of my choosing. My gift is my cash. I've Brendan Ruth speechless. She is laughing. I don't think she's happy, but she's laughing.
It's that.
Your song.
What song?
Elton John, your song. My gift is my song. And this song, was my rendition, was my version so terrible. I know it was a bit pitchy, but come on.
I thought you were saying your song. I was like, I don't know.
I didn't write that.
If I wrote that, we would not be here.
Oh my God. We'd be at the club.
Be on holiday.
Yeah.
Look at the clubs. Honey, you've never liked a club in your life. Oh, God, we'd be in the club with Martin Freeman.
You know we would.
Oh my God, I'd love to be in a club with the cast of Wakanda Forever. To be honest, watch Wakanda Forever if you're a shallow person. Let me tell you, all genders are hitting.
Hello.
Okay.
Have you met me? It's not something I'm proud of.
But it's a fact. That cast is fucking hot.
Yeah.
Oh God. How do they cast for Marvel? It's like, how sexy are you? Oh gosh. Yeah, I see what people mean.
Yeah.
I saw a tweet today that made me laugh that said Marvel would be like, oh, maybe this is what made me think of the McDonald's thing. Marvel would be like if every restaurant had become McDonald's and people got mad when others pointed it out. It made me laugh, but I was like, don't simplify what Marvel have done.
Marvel
Yeah.
characters are extremely complex and nuanced.
I would know because they're all sexy. Get
It's
me on
hard to
that
be
package.
that nuanced when you're so sexy, but they do it. They manage it.
How do you think Lupita feels being that goddamn beautiful? It's hard. You wouldn't understand. But
Listen,
honestly, they also can act. So that's why I was a bit like, that's a bit unfair. I
God,
understand some of the films are not
yeah.
the worst. Not
Um,
the, but I like the ones that everyone hates. Like
it
Captain America did not get good reviews, let me tell you.
um oh hot damn, I forgot what I was gonna say.
My love is your love. Your love is. We need to go.
Yeah, so on that note, because I don't know what I'm gonna say, that's the end of this episode, guys, but not this podcast. We
Apologies.
will be back next week to round
Unfortunately
off
for some.
the Lord of the Rings franchise.
This is me doing threes. What's it called? The King That Never Was. The King's Back. Return of the
Return of the
King.
King.
Rip off
Duh,
of Return of
Return
Jafar.
of the King.
Oh yeah. Return of Jafar also works.
See you next week, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Oh my God, wait, rewind the tape.